Finding the perfect schedule to fit your busy routine can be daunting. What if I told you if you do 3 30-minute sessions per week that will fit around your schedule will actually help you see great results at the end? Stick around in this video to get your first 5 to 6 weeks workout plan so that you can actually start building on and seeing results. Other than that, at the end of the video, I will be telling you how to progress so that you can progress and use the progressive overload to see the results that you want by the end. Now, this video is for complete beginners, so if you are a beginner, stick around and you are going to see everything that you need to know before you get started on your fitness journey. Other than that, if you want to progress and you want to learn more, skip through this video and I'll be telling you how you can actually get your results and progress through week by week, and how you can add more sessions to be able to get to the goals that you really want to get to. First of all, it's important to mention, like I mentioned in the last video, I will put the tag right here, it's impossible to spot burn fat. So what I mean by this is that you will have to be on a calorie deficit, and I don't want you to be on this calorie deficit for a long time. I want you to be able to enjoy your food and be able to plan exactly the calories that you need so that your body's nourished and you can actually go ahead and achieve the results that you want to by the end of your 12 weeks sort of plan. After that, obviously, I want you to stick with it for at least 6 months to a year, and you're really going to start noticing the difference. And after 6 months, you'll probably get addicted and it'll be part of your life and you won't even have to plan around it. Your body tends to burn fat from the last place it's put it on, so if your belly fat has been stubborn and has always been there, then you're going to take a little bit longer to see that coming. Probably even longer than you think. So what I normally say to people is you'll start really noticing difference between the first 6 to 8 weeks, and then you'll keep progressing and progressing and you'll start seeing more fat loss and more fat loss. Now this depends on how much body fat percentage you've already got. So if you're a higher body fat percentage, you will start seeing the results sooner than the people who've got that 20 to 25% body fat. Now, before we keep moving on, I just want to let you know that I am documenting my own fitness journey on my way to the wedding in August. So if you want to watch this, I will also leave a tag over here where you can go check it out at the end of the video so you can see how my progression is going. Last week's video was more about fat loss. That's why I've included that tag before now. But if you're interested in keep checking this out, subscribe so that you can keep following my journey, and hopefully you'll learn a little bit more throughout the video so that you can actually take your goals step by step to where you want to be. Actually, check out episode 1, which I will also leave a tag in, to calculate your BMI, your BMR, and also how many calories that you need to eat so that you know what your calories for a surplus is, what your calories for a deficit is, and also what the calories to maintain that body should be. And I will post that over here so that you can see it before you go and watch the video. But if you watch the video, it'll give you a step-by-step of how to get to what you need from your BMR to your BMI to also the calories that you need to intake. Now we're going to talk about your starting point. Like I've previously said, you don't need to start with excessive time in the gym. 30 minutes to 45 minutes per session, especially for a beginner, is more than enough. Now, in those first 6 months, you're actually going to start seeing those beginner gains, as we call them. In the first 6 months, you will see the difference of burning fat and actually building muscle at the same time. This will not go on forever. So after that is when you're going to need to do the progression, and things will start to get a little bit harder. But every time you achieve something, it always feels a little bit more rewarding. But we're not going to talk about that in today's video. We'll leave that for another time. What does this look like? I'm going to be taking you through your 3-day plan right now. So your day 1 is your upper body day 1. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is dumbbell incline press, dumbbell incline row, pec deck, reverse pec deck, and dumbbell bicep curls. So I'm going to be showing you how to do these right now. So you will see that on the incline bench, the bench is set up at around 30-degree angle, and you're going to grab those dumbbells, keeping that nice and controlled, pushing all the way up, squeezing at the top and releasing that tension nice and slow. Each set should take you about 45 seconds, so I'm not going to repeat that over the next exercise. Now you're going on to your incline rows, where you're going to have an easy setup. All you're going to do is switch your body round. You're going to grab the correct dumbbells, chest onto the bench, and then you're going to start reaching all the way out, bringing those arms all the way back and repeating for reps, as you can see in this video right now. We're then going to go into the pec deck, However, I couldn't get on the peg deck machine, so I have used the cable machines. As you can see, it's similar. It depends where you feel more comfortable, but for a beginner I would recommend going on the peg deck because it's going to make it safer and you're not going to have a lot of movement, but it is the same movement. All you're going to do is sit down on that chair, grab hold of the bars and pull them forward like I'm doing in this video, but using the resistance machine. We're going to then go onto the reverse peg deck, so you're going to take the pins, set them forward, so now you're going to put your hands at the front and pull backwards, doing the reverse peg deck. Then we're going to go on to dumbbell bicep curls. So as you can see, pick up those dumbbells, hold your elbows tight to your body, and then rep, so pulling up and releasing all the way down, giving your muscle that full stretch, and that's going to give you a lot better tension. So time under tension is important because, like I said, you want to spend about 45 seconds in that set, and also not just time under tension, your full extension, so your range of motion has to be perfect just so you can get the best out of this exercise. So just follow how I'm doing it in this video and you're going to see those gains. Now it's important to note that you can have a rest day in between the days, and especially you will need to rest between 48 to 72 hours in between doing the same training on the muscles. So this is why then I've planned for your day 2 to be a leg day, that dreaded leg day that no one loves doing. But we're going to start with a leg press, we're then going to go into seated leg curls, we're then going to go into leg extension, calf raises and hip thrusts. So in this video you're going to see me going through them. I'm not going to talk you through everything, I'll let you just watch them slowly. If there is any points, I will jump in and give you a few pointers. Now after that, don't forget that rest day, that'll be your 72 hours between your first session doing upper body and your second session doing upper body. So now we're on day 3, your second upper body day. So the first exercise is going to be pull-ups or assisted pull-ups. Now what I want you to do is use resistance bands if you can't do pull-ups, or also you could actually do lat pull downs to actually start building up towards that. I have done a video about how to get your first pull-up, so if you are interested in that, I will tag it right here so you can go through those exercises, and over the next couple of months you can get your first pull-up. But ideally focusing on this workout plan and building up slowly will get you exactly where you want to be. The next thing is going to be the dumbbell overhead press. As you will see shortly, we'll then be going into cable rows, so we're going to extend our arms fully forward and bringing them back into our midsection right around the belly button, and release all the way through, feeling that tension right at the top of your lats and right at the bottom of your lats as you squeeze it in, giving the right tension all the way through. We're then going to go into our lateral raises. I've used the machine because a lot of people find it easier using the machine. You can use dumbbells, bringing your arms close and lifting up, and there are also resistance machines that do the similar movement where your arms can grip in and you will be moving in and out. Okay, so either one of them is ideal. Just going through, that's going to hit your side delts and you're really going to see that rounded shoulder coming through at the end. Now we're going to finish off with tricep overheads. Now this is the best exercise in my opinion to really stretch the full tricep. So we're going to grab the cable over our head. Now it's easiest to grab this to set the point on our cable machines right down at the bottom. So grab that rope, reach it over your head. Now if you can grab 2 ropes to make it easier, we'll make it easier because it's a little bit longer so that you can achieve, that you can get your hands behind your back and actually do the movement. Now in this video you're going to see me using 1 rope, but if you use 2 it's going to make it slightly easier, especially during the beginning. Now feel free to move the exercises around depending on the way this gym, your gym is set up. whether it's at home or whether you use a public gym. Make sure that it makes it easy for you, that you're going around rather than going from one side to the gym all the way to the other. Set that workout into a nice little circle or routine that you can do, so you're not coming and going from each area. Now also leaving that leg day in the middle is going to be beneficial, so you don't have that soreness as much, especially in the upper body when you're training. Especially at the beginning, people will feel that lactic acid build up, and that's why it's important to stretch out at the end of a workout. I do normally stretch out 15 minutes every day, so I do also have a video about that, because believe it or not, I am putting and documenting everything so that you can make your workouts a lot easier, removing that lactic acid, moving freer, and also being able to get that body that you want, so that you can be able to move more freely, have longevity, and be able to perform the way that you want to, whether that's in sports or whether that's in your day-to-day life. So with this being said, obviously make sure that the weight is challenging. I want you to be doing around 5 to 6 reps if possible on each exercise, and make sure that your last set, so your third set, is really tough to get that 5 and 6, maybe even failing on the 4 or 3, and then the week after get into the full 5, 6 just about, and then increasing that weight like we've talked about with progressive overload. So with that progressive overload, say if you're on the 12, then go up to 13 or 14, depending on the way that your gym runs. So if you're on a 10 kilo dumbbell, then you might want to go up to a 13 or even 14, depending on how your gym runs. Sometimes they go up in 1s, sometimes they go up in 2s. But take it nice and slow and slowly building up. Use this journey as a journey. Don't try and take it from one step to the next and try and get there too fast. It will just cause an injury, and it will set you back a long time. And utilizing this way of training is not only going to help you see a little bit more gains and quicker action, you're also going to be able to reduce that soreness, because you're leaving that big time gap in between. And I've also given you the weekend off, so you can't even complain about that. Getting your work done from Monday to Friday, and then you can enjoy your weekend and have a good time with your friends, family, or wherever you want to be. Just making sure that you're still eating right and taking care of your health, so that you don't let your diet slip, that you don't let your gains slip because you've just gone out drinking too much over the weekend, or you've just ate too much over the weekend. Just be mindful of what you're doing. If it's your goal to get fit and improve your body, then you should know that you can take your time, and it's important to you to achieve that goal for whatever reason that you have set for yourself. Now we're going to talk a little bit about progression. Now I mentioned before saying about 3 sets to start with, so I want you to do 3 sets of each exercise, 5 to 6 reps ideally. If you do want to start for the first few weeks doing that 10 to 12 reps just to build up, that's more than fine. Now the way that we're going to progress is going to do 4 to 5 sets, also just being able to lift more, so getting more volume in our workout, as well as mixing up the training. So say if we're doing incline bench presses, we can just go to a flat bench for our next training plan, and going into cable flies or dumbbell flies, incline dumbbell flies, something, just a little change, so your muscles aren't used to that exact movement, and they'll be able to still go moving forward and achieve the goals that you want, because they're going to be working hard, and they're going to be working hard, and your body's going to be doing something that it's not used to. So that's why we shake it up, just so that your body doesn't get used to something, then it won't be as effective as it should be. If adding sets is not enough, you can also add more days. So you can go 4 days a week, or you can go 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, doing the same exact thing that we're doing here, but doing it 2 times over in a week, changing a few of the workouts in between each session. Then you're going to be able to hit each muscle 2 times a week, or maybe even that 3rd time on certain exercises. If we use the exact workout plan here, then you're going to really start noticing changes. Or you can go to a push-pull leg, so that it's actually just push, pull, and leg. So push is your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. Your pull is your back and your biceps and your forearms. And then you've got your legs, which is obviously your legs. And you can include abs in with the legs, or you can just be doing more compound movements, so that you're utilizing your abs and then getting the gains that way, as is the way that I do it. Another way you can do it is increase the time in the gym, so you can have, rather than a 30-minute session, do an hour session, and being able to get through more and resting more. So rest is key, especially when you start adding the time. So you can lift heavier, but then you can have the 2 to 3 minute rest in between sets and then go again. So you'll still be doing the 3 to 4 sets, sometimes maybe even 5, depending on how much volume you want to hit, and then building up that way. So the most important thing when it comes to progression is finding something that works for you, whether that is going to the gym more frequent, whether that is doing more in each session, whether that is changing the way that you're working out rather than doing the way that I've mentioned for the beginners, going to a push-pull leg, or even focusing more on going twice in a day and doing upper lower, focusing upper session more on chest, back, whatever you want to focus and whatever you want to grow more is important to you. So like I said, not everyone's going to have the same answer, everyone's going to be different. So for example, if you want to grow your arms, focus more on your arms 2 to 3 times a week, and then you're going to start seeing more changes. This is what you get from being consistent and going week after week. I know sometimes you might not have the time, or you feel like you don't have the time, but just getting in, doing that 30-minute session is going to really make you feel better at the end of the day. You're going to not feel guilty when you're having a little bit of a dessert or a treat for yourself. It's going to be something like, oh yeah, I've worked out, I'm good, I can still have that little treat. Which is exactly what you want to feel like. You don't want to be feeling guilty about other things. You want to be able to enjoy your food, be able to enjoy the way that you're living your life, and just be able not to think too much about it. So I've spoken before about tracking your calories and tracking your lifting, spoken about them in different videos, so you can go out and check the channel and you'll learn a little bit more about food tracking, as well as tracking the weights that you're lifting, so that you know where you're going with your progressive overload. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm not going to keep yapping about different things, because this video could be about 2 to 3 hours long if we do so. So I'm being self-conscious about how much I'm telling you, but I'm giving you all the points of the best workout that you can do, especially to start, and then you're going to build up from there. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video and found this video helpful. If you did, subscribe and like this video. That's all I'm asking. It's not going to cost you anything to subscribe. There's no price on that. So I look forward to seeing you all in the next week's video, where we'll be talking about my fitness journey and seeing how it's going so far, and if I can give you any tips on how you can progress throughout. So leave it in the comments if you've got anything that you want me to address, and I will see you all next week. Goodbye.